Hello everybody, my name is Paul, and I'd like to talk about the exciting topic of vitamin C. It was on 60 Minutes how this farmer from New Zealand, he contracted swine flu, also known as N1H1. It's like a form of influenza, if you will. I mean, there's different strains. He had a mild form of this swine flu. Anyway, he ended up in a coma. He was intubated, had a breathing tube put in. The doctors thought he wasn't going to live much longer, and they wanted to pull the plug. However, the family was insistent on him receiving intravenous doses, high intravenous doses of vitamin C. The doctor said, well, it's not going to do anything. Why bother? So the family kept on were very persistent in trying to get the doctors to administer the vitamin C intravenously. Finally, the doctor said, okay, we'll try it, but if it doesn't work by a certain amount of time, we're just going to go ahead and pull the plug. So this poor gentleman, he received 25 grams, which is equivalent of 25,000 milligrams intravenously. The second day, they upped the dosages to 50 grams, that's 50,000 milligrams. And also to the third day, 75 grams or 75,000 milligrams. Quite a high amount of vitamin C, considering that an average orange has 70 milligrams. So very high doses of the intravenous vitamin C therapy he was receiving. Anyway, originally this gentleman, his lungs were whited out. That means there was a lot of fluid in the lungs. Very bad shape. He couldn't breathe on his own. So he was also put on an ECMO machine, ECMO. It's an extracorporeal, or outside the body, membranous oxygenation system. That's when they bypass the blood from the lungs and also from the heart in attempts for him to, recover. It's just a temporary machine to help the heart and the lungs, recover. So they're bypassing the blood flow. Anyway, after receiving the high dosages of this vitamin C, he did get better. But the doctors did not want to continue, giving the intravenous vitamin C. So the family members had to hire a lawyer, and the lawyer made sure that he did get the vitamin C. And so within a matter of time, very quickly, he was able to be extubated, had the breathing tube taken out. He was sitting up, talking, etc. And so he was getting a special form of vitamin C orally, known as liposomal vitamin C. And this is when vitamin C is actually encapsulated in a phospholipid, or a fatty phosphorus component. And we find the phospholipids in our body. They make up our cell membrane walls, or cells. And why is this important? When you take the special vitamin C, like in the fatty component, it goes right through the bloodstream, and then it attaches to the outer phospholipid layer of the cell membranes. And it's able to, and this is called a liposome, the specially engineered vitamin C. It's actually able to go through the cell wall and to give the cell a lot of energy. And you're actually getting a lot of absorption, more than 90% absorption of vitamin C. In comparison, if you would just take regular vitamin C, it's not attached to a phospholipid component. So a lot of that is not being absorbed by the body, and a lot of it gets excreted. So this is exciting news, with the technology and everything. So the gentleman was on a lower dose of this, but he was improving as long as he was receiving the vitamin C. Both the specially engineered vitamin C by mouth and also by the intravenous vitamin C. And so within a very short time, he was up, walking, talking, and walked out of the hospital. And it's a miracle, But what really makes me upset is that, a lot of doctors don't buy into this. They think that the vitamin C is not effective and all that. So, but without the family's persistence, the poor gentleman would have surely died. So, speaking about vitamin C, it has many functions. It increases dopamine in the brain. It neutralizes free radicals in the cells. Free radicals are harmful components in the cell, usually from smoke or from nitrates. It's that charred stuff you find on hamburgers and hot dogs that someone ingests. Those are cancer-causing agents, by the way, too. So the healthy cell gets all messed up and it has a lot of toxic components, so that's known as free radicals. But the vitamin C is able to neutralize that. Vitamin C also kills viruses, it kills bacteria, it lowers blood pressure because it holds on to nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is very important for making the arteries smooth and to open to vasodilate. Also, vitamin C is water soluble, but there's some storage in the adrenal glands. So if someone's having a lot of stress or they're having a major disease process, they're using up their stores of vitamin C. So it's very important to get those replenished. Also, if someone's taking regular vitamin C, it can be very irritating to the stomach, and you can also have diarrhea if you take massive dosage of this in this form. But with the liposomal vitamin C taken by mouth, it crosses really into the blood, the cell membrane, and also to give a lot of energy to the cells. Certain conditions you don't want to take vitamin C. Well, for pregnant women, you don't want to take huge amounts of vitamin C because if you have diarrhea, you can have dehydration, and it can also decrease the amount of amniotic fluid surrounding the fetus, putting the fetus at risk. Also, if you're on any anticoagulation such as warfarin, you want to let your doctor know before taking vitamin C because it can affect the absorbability of the coumadin, rendering it less effective, etc. Also, vitamin C is good for, as I said, it lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol, also to decrease atherosclerotic processes. As I mentioned before, it kills viruses, bacteria, neutralizes free radicals. So it's a wonder, like a wonder drug. Linus Pauling was a famous American chemist. He advocated for megadoses of vitamin C. However, it wasn't in the mix with the phospholipid, so a lot of it was not being readily absorbed. But it does fight, infections, good against viral components, etc. If someone has a severe disease process or a lot of stress, recommended to take massive amounts of vitamin C. We're seeing a lot of IV vitamin C infusions for chemotherapy patients, and also vitamin C boosts the immune system. It helps with the white blood cells to fight off infections, etc. So a lot of interesting research going into vitamin C. Like I said, for certain things, if for pregnant women, they can't take a lot of vitamin C. If you're on any anticoagulations, you definitely want to talk with your doctor before taking this. But I just feel that everybody has their own choice, whether to take it. I just wish that doctors would incorporate this more. But there's a lot of controversy with this. So, but they're doing research studies. It seems like vitamin C in high dosage is very effective for helping the body, for massive energy levels, to fighting off infections, diseases, even able to shrink cancer tumors, which is very remarkable. And also to lower blood pressure, cholesterol, give you more energy, and boost the immune system. All these are great reasons for vitamin C. And thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Have a great day.